All right. Jared here, Crypto Plan, and today is a special video, slightly off topic, but we're going back to the commodities, back to the precious metals, and another metal, which is copper. So we've got gold, silver, and copper, which are all pretty precious at the moment because they're all going up in value. And we're going to have a look at a bunch of mining stocks or stocks that you can leverage the fact that these commodity prices are going up. Now, before I get straight into a kind of a shallow dive analysis of a lot of different stocks, can you please hit the like button? Please subscribe to the channel because it's going to do a huge favor to me to get this content to other people who want to buy gold, silver, and copper stocks in the Australian stock exchange or the Australian stock market and in the US stock market. So I've got a selection here for everyone wherever you are in the world and whichever market you're investing in. So without further ado, let's get into it. And you can see up here I've got a gold chart, the CFDs on gold, and you can see that clearly gold is in a bull run, and it has been in a bull run from well before the pandemic in March here. So it really kind of had a little bit of a sell-off there, but you can see clearly here from the 20th of May 19 and probably even back to August 18 where it made a reversal down here, went sideways, and then it's been going up and making higher lows, COVID. We'll ignore that, and then just a steady progression, and now it's in this consolidation phase, which is just telling me it is going to pop. We have silver, a lot more short term, but a lot more volatile action. So from March, pre-COVID or pre-March, we've got a real lot of sideways in silver, not much happening, but then you can see what happened here. People got a whole lot of interest in silver coins. And I guess people are looking to get into silver because they believe that currencies are going to be devalued in the future. So since March 2020, we have done a massive, 150% to the upside, and then it's kind of retraced a bit. And I'm just going to zoom in a bit on that. And if you notice any of my other videos, that this chart looks very familiar. It's very bullish. It's very much like XRP and a lot of the other altcoins. So we've had a real pump up, a couple of tests of a high, a drop off to make a low, a higher low. And then so maybe it's got one more retest of this trend line after it makes a little fake out, and then it's going to pop. So silver's a good one to be accumulating right now. And then good old copper. China is going to demand copper. The EV market is demanding copper. Everything that is batterified, electrified, technologified is demanding copper, and there is going to be a huge demand in the future. And from what I hear, there's not a lot of tier one copper projects being found in the last few years. So the search is on, and you've definitely got companies like Rio Tinto, who would traditionally be in iron ore, are super duper focused on copper for the next 30 years because they believe that there's a lot more money in it than iron ore, I guess. And I saw this at a mining conference called Diggers and Dealers years ago when I was an AV guy, and they stood on stage, and this is traditionally a junior gold mining conference. There's a few different other miners like diamonds and that happens at the time, but they stood up there. They're not a junior miner. They're not trying to get investors. They stood up there and said, we are looking to collaborate with anyone that finds a tier one project. And I think they basically have found their tier one project. They've also a part owner or major stakeholder in the Turquoise Hill Resources project in Mongolia. But yeah, they've got a lot of interest in copper at the moment. And when Rio Tinto is interested in copper, it's bullish, right? And you could probably see that from this chart here, that it's just followed a real uptrend since March. And looking back there, I mean, there had been kind of another spike in copper where it retraced, and then it's definitely bullish as hell. So that's the three kind of trends in the actual precious metals and the spot prices, or what people are willing to pay for it. Now let's have a look at, this idea that, yes, you can buy your gold, you can buy your silver, and you could buy a bunch of copper. Where would you store it? Why would you store it? What do you need it for? And I guess more in the short term, if these bull runs are going to happen, you may see that there's opportunity to get higher gains or leverage gains in smaller cap miners of these precious metals. People that are pulling it out of the ground or intend to pull it out of the ground in the next couple of years and actually get it to market are going to reap the benefits of these increasing prices in the commodity, because their financials are all based on, probably a lot lower than the price is today. And then therefore, if that goes up and up in the future, their profit margins increase and increase. And therefore, if they've got cash on their balance sheet, then they become, a hot thing for investors to pile into. And people love to pump into low cap stocks to see the stock go up very quickly and then pull out again. So it's kind of a little bit like the cryptocurrency market, but slightly different. And I guess a lot like our cryptocurrency miners there. But I'm just going to get straight into it, starting from Turquoise Hill Resources. So let's have a look here. This was a stock I was put onto by Seeking Alpha. Like I say, I think they've got a 100-year copper gold project in Mongolia. But you can see on this chart, it's a little bit volatile, right? So from March, it kind of made a lot of work to get up to here. And let's have a look here. What has it done? It did 267% since March. So people were super bullish on it. And then I think they announced that they needed to get funding, or they were looking for money to build out the mine, or there was delays in the underground stage of the mine, or something along those lines that spooked investors. And then you can see this big gap here. So then we've kind of bottomed out, and now just recently I think people are happy to get back in there, and you've seen some real good price action. So probably still a good time to get in Turquoise Hill. I had some position in this and sold it out basically to get everything that I could into cryptocurrencies, but that was my choice. That if you're not into the crypto, that's why I'm doing this video. So get yourself into something like this, copper gold. It's got about a 50-50 split, I think, of both those resources. So that's great for them and great for their shareholders once they're pulling that out of the ground, once they're really tapping into that underground resource. We've got Hot Chili Limited now. I am invested in this. I have to disclose that. And I'm invested in this because I came across it and I saw this bull flag. And I love these bull flags, and I believe it's so bullish. Now, it has stopped trading because, once again, I think they're seeking some fundraising, or they've got some announcements around fundraising. So they didn't want kind of people to go crazy there. But essentially, they have a tier 1 copper gold project in Chile. And they're a West Australian mining group, and it's fully. And they've also got other mines in the similar area that are actually functional and pulling ore out of the ground at the moment. But this particular one that they've just been working on over the last 18 months to acquire and then now drill out is going to be a 30-year resource of copper and gold. So that's super exciting once they get their mine plans and everything sorted and all the money to build that out. So that's probably a longer term hold one, like next 3-4 years. But naturally people are going to speculate into these stocks based on that potential growth and that potential income, or that resource that's going to be coming out of the ground in the future. We'll just go over here to have a look at just to see what they're all about. Hot Chili Limited. So what have we got? Trading View saying it's a buy. So yep, I'm in it. It's a buy. I believe in it. I believe that the people that are running the company are invested in it. They've been buying the dip, the COVID dip. But yeah, basically Hot Chili engages in the identification, acquisition, exploration, evaluation, and development of mineral deposits. It holds interests in Productora, El Fuego, and Cortadera. Now, I think the Cortadera is the big one, the big new one that they just got off the locals that had been sitting on it for a while. So yeah, super duper bullish company, and I think the the Australian stock market and all the investors in it are probably going to pile into that one over the year as copper keeps on increasing and as gold keeps on increasing. So moving right along, we've got Pantoro Resources. Now, they are a gold copper, but mainly gold. I like this company because I sat through many investor presentations at Diggers and Dealers a few years ago, and these guys impressed me because they had a fun, quirky investor presentation, and it was basically a whole bunch of bulls, which is their logo, having gold bullions coming out of their rear end, which was quite hilarious. And it was to the song From Little Things, Big Things Grow by Paul Kelly, for anyone that knows that song from the Australian artist Paul Kelly there. So I thought that was hilarious. I held this stock for a while. I think I doubled my money or made 30% on it at the time when it was pushing towards 30 cents. So I think that's great value at the moment, considering we're just about we're in a bull run, but just about to kind of have another spike in the gold price. Companies like Pantoro, small cap mining companies with resources in Australia, easy to get out of the ground, easy to sell. No one's going to steal it off them because the Australian market is fairly regulated. 19 cent there, you could easily see that pop up above 30, 35, 40 cents in the very short near term, and you can see that bull flag that's just happening, that kind of pump and retracement. Now we'll go back over here and we're going to have a look at P&R just to give us a little bit of background. Now, TradingView, I think, is saying this is a sell. Now, make your own decision on that. That's, for me, it's a dip. It's a buying opportunity. I won't be buying it in the near future because these are things that I'll be looking to get into once the crypto bull run has happened and the altcoin seasons have happened, just to leverage out and put my money safely in some gold mining stocks that and potentially ones that pay a dividend. Yeah, you can see 267 million market cap. Not making a lot of money at the moment, but I guess because they're in exploration all the time and drilling big holes with big deposits of gold. So really in discovery at the moment, as well as pouring gold. But Pantoro engages in the exploration and processing of gold, copper, gold, base metals. So projects in Norseman, Gold, Nichols, Mary River, Grants Creek. So in Australia only, been around a while, well in, experienced gold miners and, someone you can trust to actually find good deposits of gold and turn that into cash for their investors. So Pantoro is a great one there. Another one in the small caps, and this is one I really like, Remus Resources now, looking very bullish once again, pumped right up since March, kind of like a little bit uppy downy, kind of testing some resistance there. So for me, seeing that retracement there, definitely a buying opportunity. And if you look at the RSI down there, it's definitely in the oversold territory. So, and the other reason why I like this is that they're making money, as in they're pouring gold and making money. So they're an established miner, and they pay a dividend, which you couldn't ask for much more in a gold mining company right now. Is that they're making money. They don't need to borrow money, and they are paying you a little bit back every 3rd of September, every year. So annually they're giving you a dividend, which is good. They're saying a little bit of that cash that we make from selling gold, we're going to give back to our investors. So I like Remus Resources, and I think they are one in the junior miners in the world. They're actually producing a lot of gold. They're in the top 10 at least for gold producers, if not the top 5. So let's go over here to RMS and have Remus Resources. Now we can see here that they are a 1.45 billion market cap. So that they're a little bit more in the game for a little while, and a good PE there, like 11, a good PE of 11, and they're earning money per share, which is great. Once again, technicals are saying sell, but I think it's oversold at the moment. So it's a good time to buy for me. But, this is not financial advice, but I think it's a good time to be, I guess, dollar cost averaging into these sort of companies, because it may go a bit lower, but the longer term macro trend is bullish, right? And under 5 billion market cap is great for a stock still. It's not going to need much money to flow in for it to go up, right? Moving on down the line, and a lot of these stocks, I've just been like scouring YouTube, scouring the internet to find what other people's hot top picks are, right? So whether it be old mate over here, what's his name? Katusa, he seems to be like the king on gold and commodities and all that sort of thing. So been scouring, without paying for their subscriptions to get their hot tips and just, seeing what other YouTubers are saying and what other people are saying. So yeah, this Freeport McMorron Inc. Came up, and look what's happened there. He called that, and it's just booming. So that's another one. Like, it's kind of, is it in price discovery? No, it's just kind of pushed past this local resistance. So it's got a long way to go up. It's another one you can keep an eye on. FCX is the ticker on that one, Freeport McMorron. I'll just be watching that. They were paying a dividend, they're not anymore, and they are making money, which is good. A gold producer that's pouring gold and making money is super duper. Let's go over there. FCX. There we go. New York Stock Exchange. Have a look at their market cap. 30 billion market cap. So they're a well-established miner. They're not earning negative EPS there, but I guess maybe they're growing out and going into some big things. But the technicals look great on that one. Like, that is a straight line all the way to the top, and it doesn't look like it's retracing anytime soon. So once again, a dollar cost averaging in. It looks a lot like the Fiverr chart, actually, or the Zoom chart. It's just like up, 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 up since March, which is cool. Let's do a little measure on that. Yeah, so 300% in since March in 8 months. That's great. Lucky. If you had got into that, then geez, sitting pretty. You sell out the money you put in, and sit there and play the game. Wheaton precious metals now, once again since March, couple of big pumps, retracement pump, and then kind of turned the corner now. These crew, I think, and let's go over there. Like I say, it's a good retracement, good dip to buy there. If we just go back, it's still a higher low. So if we go low, higher low, higher low. So if this is a turning point again and it's going to pump out, very volatile, very big upswings. So that could be cool. WPM, let's go in here. Wheaton precious metals. Now, I don't think these are miners of the metal. I think these are sellers of the metal. So, Wheaton, company that engages in the sale of precious metals and cobalt production. It operates through the following segments: gold, silver. So they're selling or pouring or buying the raw product or something and selling it on. So they're not as they're kind of like a middleman in the sale process, which is kind of cool, and that really interests me, and the fact that it's gone so sideways for so long, and there's this really kind of crazy price action that it wouldn't hurt to have some of this in your portfolio. And once again, dividends are being paid, which is nice to see for gold related stocks. ANW is another Austin Mining on the ASX. They aren't gold or silver, but I've just got them on my radar only because I was hearing somewhere about coking coal, and they've just purchased a coking coal facility, and I think they're in cobalt as well. And tin. So yeah, some other metals there that could potentially pump in the future. I won't look into that too much. Oz Minerals Limited. Now I think this is a copper stock. Earnings, they are making a bit of money and they are paying a dividend. And you can see again, since March, they have done massive things. Like, would have been great to get in on that action. 176% in a couple of months there, in 4 months there. Once again, pump, retracement, pump, it's probably going to go sideways for a bit there and break on out again following that copper price. So let's go over here. OZL, Oz Minerals, ASX. What are they saying down here? They are a copper-focused international company. Prominent Hill, Cabrera, yeah, I'm not so good at, Prominent Hill mining, so basically copper. I don't think, they're in Brazil there, so a little bit riskier, as in they're not in Australia, or they're not in a country that, has a bit more, control or regulation. So there's always a bit of risk there. But hey, they're doing things in the stock price. So that's all we like to see. If you're investing in low and it's going high and you've got an opportunity to sell and ride it out, that's what we do. Aeon Metals Limited. Really like this one. So it's bull flagging again, just broken out of that bull flag. Now it could potentially go sideways a bit more, but I like these kind of wicks here. It's saying that at some point buyers are super bullish, and they can always come back in. And these big volume bars are very, very nice. So I think a little bit more sideways action in this Aeon Metals, and let's go over here and have a look at the market cap. Aeon. What do we need to do? AWL. No, that's not working. How are we going to do this? AML, ANW. No. Yeah. Bear with me. Oz Tin Mining, Oz AML, Aeon Metals. There we go. So yeah, it's a buy. What's our market cap there? 98 million. So these are the sort of stocks that really excite me. Like super low market cap, not much money at all. Like you could have one investor that decides to put 10 million into it, and it pops off. So super bullish stock. And I like the look at that. And it's clearly at kind of the bottom, and it's kind of turned the corner there, So if we talk about from May 18, and clearly that movement there has been the reversal, and the trend is going upwards now. And if we draw out since the March there and even do that, we can just go in onto that chart and just see that, low, lower, higher low, and then higher low again. So very, very bullish. I like to look at Aeon Metals, and that's a copper project as well. What else have we got here? Western Areas Limited. Don't know much about that, but it's on the watch list. It is what is it? WSA. These are ones I've just found today, so I'm not really haven't researched them at all. But what have we got? Yeah, so $500 million market cap, got a dividend, they're earning money per share. You can't complain with that. ASX stock, 500 million market cap, and they are, they're in nickel. So once again, a little bit off topic, but nickel is also something that is going to pop in the future once the demand in the electric vehicles really takes off, especially with China and NIO producing and Tesla producing in China. It's it's crazy. So nickel's kind of looking very bullish there as well. But you can see there the way this nickel chart, it's kind of very speculative, like very up and down, like great for a swing trade here and there, but there's no real uptrend being set in that nickel market. And I think, and once again, going back to the Diggers and Dealers conference that I was at, like everyone was talking nickel, and it's still a groundswell, like there's some nickel players that have really pumped because of contracts they get with the likes of Tesla, say. But the whole market hasn't pumped yet, There's still people that are just going sideways, and I FOMO'd into a couple of nickel companies back in the day, and nothing happened, and nothing has happened, So still sit and wait to see what happens with nickel, It's fairly easy to get out of the ground, I think, and it's not that precious of a metal, And then there is other oxides that can be used in batteries anyway. So this one I like, especially because what is it? Angico Eagle Mines Limited. Just looking at that chart, March dip, and we have done, what is it, like 150% up, and then I think we've pulled back another 30%. So once again, a really good time to buy because it's in the oversold region. Now, if we go AEM on the over on here, AEM, and have a look, and they're on the New York Stock Exchange. They are making money per share, which is great. They have quite a high market cap. They're not so junior as these other ones. A pretty good dividend there. Fairly high PE. Saying sell, but once again, it's one you can put a little bit in and dollar cost average in, depending on what happens either way. If it goes down, it goes down. If it goes up, it goes up. Your cost basis is gonna, it's gonna be fairly good if it's in an uptrend over time there. Now, they are gold. They're gold only, and that's great. That I think most of their stuff is in the USA, I think, or maybe in Mexico. So United States, Europe, Canada, and Latin America. So they've got something everywhere. So they're not too prone to the weakness of just being in like a volatile kind of political country there. Moving on down, I think this is the very last one. So we're going to wrap it up, and there's a lot of stocks here. This video wasn't intended to kind of say buy this one or buy that one, but just to have a look at the technicals, I guess, of these mining stocks. And they're looking very bullish, and they're looking very much like the cryptocurrencies, because the bull market is going to happen at the same time for gold, silver, copper, and cryptocurrencies. But you can see there's some stocks that have kind of pumped already. They're retracing. There's some stocks that are ready to break out. But in general, there's going to be some great buying opportunities if you want to leverage into gold stocks, to own a whole bunch of shares, watch them go up, maybe sell out your original investment, and then sit there and collect the dividends, or collect the growth, or whatever it is your strategy is in stock investing. But I really like precious metal stocks at the moment, and the copper stocks as well. So this last one, Royal Gold Inc., I like that chart as well. It's been fairly steady uptrend, COVID dip. So yeah, this is kind of following back from the original gold price surge. It's collected some accumulation here, pumped up, COVID dip, up, down, up, down. So it's really in that volatile testing of where it wants to go. Does it want to go up or down? But being a gold stock, and let's RGLD, let's have a look at Royal Gold Inc. and just remind ourselves what they are. So they are in the acquisition and management of metal streams, royalties, and similar interests. So these guys, I don't think they're doing a lot of the mining themselves, but they own the properties, and they sell a lot of the gold. So the acquisitions, management, and stream interest segments involve the purchase agreement that provides in the exchange for upfront deposit payments. You can get on TradingView and read all this stuff yourself. Focus on the non-operating interest in mining projects that provide the revenue or the metals produced from the project. So they're not really worried about drilling it out and getting it. They just want to buy places that are already known to have gold and get the profits out of the gold. So they're heavily invested in gold. So that's cool as well. If the price of gold keeps going up, the investors will see this as probably, and if you see there, like in this sell-off scenario, good dividend there, earning money, is that you can buy now a company that is nearly into oversold territory. It's got some local highs there that it can bust on through. So you've already got this potential of, let's say this is the bottom again, of another 35%, and then mooning out of there in a stock like this, knowing that the gold price and the silver price and all the precious metals are going up, and companies like this are just taking the fat out of buying it or pulling it out of the ground or whatever it is and selling it on and making the percentage gains on that and piling up their cash to cash onto you. So that's it for that kind of little shallow dive into a whole bunch of gold mining stocks. And like I say, some of them are on the ASX and some of them are on the New York Stock Exchange or the Toronto Stock Exchange. So wherever you are, you can pick a couple of them out of those cherries out of the bags and put whatever you want into them. Not financial advice, but at least there's a watch list to have. And I will, if in the comments, if you want to be reminded of any of the stocks, maybe I can just take a screenshot here, or you're going to see on the end there, this is all going to be held. There's all the ticker codes there, TradingView, they're all there for the taking. And if not, you can do your own research and find your own gold stocks. So chuck them in the comments too. Anyway, we're hitting the 30-minute mark on this video, so I'm going to wrap it up. I have been Jared from Crypto Plan, looking into gold, silver, and copper because I believe that they are as bullish, if not more bullish, than the cryptocurrencies in the longer term macro environment of things that are needed in this world. Like cryptocurrency projects are kind of, maybe after this year, we might be all selling out with some really massive gains and highs, but they're not going to hold their value. They're going to go into a bear market fairly quickly, whereas this commodity market is going to stay in a bull market for years to come, because demand for these precious metals and commodities is huge. So yeah, let's have a look now at where we're going to move our money next, because I'm very happy with what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. I've said what I still think has a little bit of room to grow, and I'm not doing any buying over there, but I'm looking at where I want to be buying once I get out of some of those crypto investments. So gold, silver, and copper it is for me. So till next time, bye-bye.